Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. And in this episode, we are once again checking out the long-lost love child here, the Nvme Cessna 310. And I say long-lost because I haven't flown this aircraft in a very, very long time. It has recently received a pretty significant update from everything from features to textures to flight model. And so we are up here in very northern North America, right on, I believe we're in Canada, if I believe is what I selected. I'll get that ICAO here in a minute. But we're going to take the aircraft, fly it around the area, just sort of enjoy the scenery, do a little bit of sightseeing. As you guys can see, it is a beautiful, beautiful area and a beautiful day. So we're going to take the aircraft up, fly it around for a bit, see how it flies, and go ahead and bring it back in for a landing. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get started. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides from Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining us on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future releases that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below. Alright, so we took live weather off a little bit, just, it was a little too dark. Clouds were a little too thick. Kind of takes away from the idea that I was going for here with this video. So, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to do my best to walk through the checklist here and make sure the aircraft is truly ready to roll. So, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is close up all of our doors. So, let's see, let's go to configuration. Is it configuration? Yep. Configuration, let's clear the front passenger door, baggage door, engine covers, intake covers, pitot covers, wheel chocks. The control lock is down there. We just removed it. And let's see here. Let's close the locker and keep the avatars hidden. I'm okay with that. And that should be enough of that. Now, for the sake of the pre-flight, we're going to go ahead and remove the steering yokes. I will say that one of the things I don't like about this aircraft is just that all the engine gauges are over on the right-hand side. It is nice. I wish they were more over here or maybe under here. But obviously it depends on the avionics suite. Today we're using the GTN 750, but it's one thing that I wish about this aircraft. And it's just design is design. It is the way it is. But let me get those all put back here. What happened here? We still have a problem. Are we in the wrong profile in SPAD? I think we are. We are. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, everything's zeroed out, everything's pushed back, and let's get after it. All right, so control lock has been removed and stowed. The parking brake is set. All switches are off. Okay, and all circuit breakers are in. Fire extinguisher is located and secured and charged. And let's see, where were we? Voltmeter, let's make sure that that is set down to the battery. Landing gear switch is down. Trim tab controls are set for takeoff. I just like to leave them sort of in neutral. This one, our elevator trim, leave that more towards the takeoff position. Man, the trim wheel I've noticed in this aircraft, I'm trying to use the mouse and it does not like to move. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, so the trim is an issue that I've had, and even when I try to use my actual trim wheel, it doesn't seem to do squat. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but like I'm actively rolling my mouse wheel right now, and it doesn't do anything. Anyway, continuing on. Let's see here. Right and left mouse click also. I just want to make sure do not do anything. Well, like the click spot, I don't know if it's messed up, but anyway, we'll fly it as is and hopefully things go well. Let's keep on going. All right, battery switch. Go ahead and flip the battery switch to the on position. Battery switch is on. Navigation and anti-collision lights. Let's flip them on. Oh, you know what? I just realized. Hold on. There we go. Boom, boom. There's nav and anti-collision lights are now on. Fuel gauges, check quantity, looking good. Again, we're just doing a quick circuit around the airport, sort of checking things out, bring the aircraft back in for a landing, so that should be fun. Oh, and the anti-collision lights, simulating that we walked outside. Actually, here's what we'll do. Whoop. Okay, there we go. Let's check everything out. Yep. Navigation light. I can see the anti-collision light blinking up there on the tail. All right, we're good. There, we did it right. We did it what we're supposed to. Let's shut those back off again. And wing flaps need to be down to 15 degrees. That was the wrong switch. Confused it with my turboprop configuration. All right, so we got 15 degrees of flaps. Pitot heat. We want to turn that on for 20 seconds and then turn it back off. So there's turning it on. We're just going to verify the functionality. Then the next steps will be battery switch off. We'll wait till the pitot test is complete. So battery switch will come off. External inspection will be... Expection? Did I really just say expection? I did. External inspection would be completed and pitot covers would be removed. All right, that's good enough. Simulation complete there. Battery switch to the off position. All right. So again, at this point, we would walk around the aircraft. We would check all of our surfaces, do our fuel tests, blah, 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 blah. All right, so we're back in the aircraft. Before starting engines, pre-flight inspection is complete. Cabin door is latched and closed. Control locks have been removed. Seat belts and seats are adjusted and secure. Brakes are set. Fuel selectors. Let's make sure they are set to the main tanks, both left and right. By the way, don't ever touch this damn thing. I believe this is the manual gear release. I was playing around with this aircraft last night, and I clicked it, and then my gear couldn't come up, and I couldn't figure out how to undo it. Like, I don't think there is a way. So don't touch that, by the way. And you absolutely can. I can't remember what I was trying to click, but I accidentally clicked it, and it spun it, and from there on, I couldn't bring my gear up. Yeah, bring my gear up. Anyway, left tank, left main, right main, so we're good there. Dude. And let's see, where were we? Coming back down here. All right, landing gear switch. Again, verify that that is down. Mixtures to full rich. Props, full forward. Engines, power control levers, about an inch. Okay. All right, and all switches are off. All circuit breakers have been verified as in. Emergency alternator field switch and avionics power switch. These two here are off and guarded. And let's see here. Avionics master switch is in the off position. Auxiliary fuel pump switches are off. Where was I? Keep losing my spot. Batteries and alternators turned on. So there's battery, left alternator, right alternator. There she is, coming to life, looking beautiful. Lighting rheostats as required, so that's going to be all of our internal lightings, etc. And it helps if I actually look at the right switches because those were not them. But either way, we don't need any lighting at the moment, so I'm not too worried about it. And let's keep going. Where was I? Landing gear position indicators, 3 green indicating we are good there. All warning lights pressed to test. All right, so we've obviously got these two that are already illuminated. Light illuminates. Still learning where all the lights are. Illuminates, 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 illuminates. Auxiliary tanks. And I think I got them all. I think that was it. I think those are the only ones that we have to worry about. And there's your lighting, by the way, for the internals. Okay, yeah, I think I got them all. Okay, so moving on. Where were we? Altimeter and clock set. We're just going to use the B, set our barometric pressure. Although, you know what? We're not using live weather, so it's going to be at 299.2. Kind of boring, I know, but that way you guys could see. It was getting really dark inside the cockpit. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so not very much fun if you guys can't really see everything. Anyway, moving forward. Cowl flaps, full open. So they are in the open position when they are pushed in. Now it says locked, but I can't lock them when they're in the in position or pushed in. I can lock them when I pull them out, but they do say pull to close, which means that pushed in, they're open. So let's come back up. There we go. And where were we? Fuel quantity, again, verified. We're good there. Cabin air controls as required. We're set there. Alternate air controls are in, and external lights as required. Let's turn those nav lights and beacon lights back on. All right, so now for the engine start. Propeller areas. Holy, I'm like eating the ceiling. There we go. Propeller areas are clear. So So let's go ahead and... Oh, where was I? Magneto switch is all on. Okay. And then the primer start switch, or the primer switch, goes to the left engine. And the left fuel pump goes to the low position. Good engine start, looking for 800 to 1,000 RPMs. Looks like we're a little over 1,000. There we go. Alright, and let's rinse and repeat here. Good start on right. Again, running a little high. Oil pressure in the green. We got green, 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 and green. All right, cool. Okay, where were we? Alternators check. No warnings on the alternators. And let's come over here. Our alternators are generating. There's the right, there's the left. Looks great. But, well, actually, let's just leave it on the right alternator, I guess. Kind of makes more sense to have it on one of the alternators versus the battery while we're running. Okay, and let's see where we are here. So now we're at the before taxi checklist. So avionics master switch goes to the on position. Avionics set. We'll wait for them to come up. Lights as required. Cabin temperature. If heating or cooling is required, we turn them on. And we're ready for the brakes release and a brakes test. So let's set our transponder. We're just going to go straight to the on position. We are flying VFR just in the area. Nothing crazy today, just a fun little flight. And I am in the process of acquiring a new Track IR camera, so the Track IR will be resolved very soon. And so to make things a bit easier, we will be doing like long approaches today when we come in for land. Okay, so taxi light now to the on position. Go, taxi lights on. Brakes release. Brake test. Brakes look good. Alright, and before takeoff, because there's our runway right there. So let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. We're just going to do our run up here, so I'm going to reset the parking brake. Parking brake is set. Fuel quantity, once again, verified as good. Fuel selectors, recheck on main tanks. Let's recheck. Recheck main tank complete. And let's see here. Alternate static air controls are in. Cowl flaps are open. Elevator, rudder, and aileron trim set for takeoff. We're good there. Wing flaps are up. Let's bring them up. Flaps coming up. Avionics and radios are set. Flight instruments are set. Auxiliary fuel pumps are set to the low position. Flight controls. Free and correct. Okay, and we are now ready for the run-ups. So, we're going to take our throttles up to 1700 RPMs. Alright, 1700 RPMs set. Alternators tested. Generating. Vacuum system. Got suction. Suction's in the green. Magnetos, check. Oh, that was the wrong switch. Watching the RPMs. Should lose no more than about 100 RPMs max. Magnetos are good. Propellers feathered to 1200 RPMs. And back up to full. Engine instruments, everything's in green. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green. Mixtures are verified in rich. And throttles back to 1000 RPMs. All right. We're now ready to taxi to our runway. Let's go do that. I will say the nose wheel on this aircraft is extremely responsive. Turn landing lights on, strobe lights on. This skinny runway, man. Alright, ice protection as required. All cabin doors and windows are closed. And we are approaching the runway. Trim tabs again set. Alright, perfect. Probably could have done a run up over here, but whatever. Kinda didn't want to be in the way in case someone else came in. Kind of the only way to turn around. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Had to take a quick break. Oh. My parking brakes at? Yep. There we go. Alright. Cannot wait till I get my track IR fixed. We're going to start doing some more recordings in VR too. Got the crystal I still want to show more of. We have the Vire Arrow here now. You guys are going to catch my thoughts on it. It's a battle between the two. I'll tell you guys right now. They both have their pros and their cons, and it really depends on what you're looking for, man. But we'll get into that video. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. So we are doing a normal takeoff. So power is going to be full throttle, 2700 RPMs. Mixture is going to be leaned for elevation. So we'll go full mixture for takeoff and then bring it back after we get off the ground here. Engine instruments, green, 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 green. Okay. And we have taxi landing lights on. I think we are good. And we're going to be, let's see here, nose up at 83 knots, lift off about 92 knots. And that's for 5,500 pounds, so we're a little lighter than that, so we should probably be looking right around 83 knots is probably when we'll be seeing nose up, but let's fly. It's a 0 flaps takeoff. Airspeed alive. 60 knots. 70 knots. 83. Rotating. Positive rate. Oh, baby, come back. Picked up that crosswind. Gear coming up. Alright, good climb out. Let's bring the RPMs back to about, this is one of the things I don't like, is I like to be able to see the gauges. Alright, so we have good climb. Now we're going to be looking for about 107 knots climb out. Let's bring our RPMs down to about 2100. And manifold pressure. Bring it down a bit as well. About 24 inches. There we go. Is a screamer. Now let's see if we can get the trim to behave itself. Come on. There we go. So the trim is working. Looks like slowly, but it's going. And the nice thing about this aircraft is from the tablet is you can actually control the trim sensitivity. How beautiful this is. Gosh. I'm so envious of places like this. Alright, so for a nice cruise, we're going to come back to 2100 RPMs. Oh, sorry. 2100 or 21 inches manifold pressure. Go down 20. That is a beautiful sight. That is gorgeous. Let's bring that mixture back in. I think the sounds of this one are absolutely phenomenal. They've really done a great job with the flight model. The flight model's fun. I can feel, quote unquote, feel the imbalance between the two propellers. I can tell that one of them is leaning a little or pushing a little harder. It feels like the right engine's going a little harder than the left. It keeps pushing the wing over to the right or to the left. Let's trim it. I love how the landing lights are tracked. So beautiful. This will always be what keeps bringing me back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I know that X-Plane 12 and 11 in many, many ways still have the better flight models. I know that in many aircraft their flight models are still superior. Like, not to say that Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't have theirs. This, in my opinion, this is a very good one. It feels very natural. We're getting bounced around, we're getting moved around, but like I said earlier, you know, I could feel the right wing being pushed harder than the left wing, and I was able to adjust that by pulling the right engine back a little bit. You know, I can feel the turbulence effects. I can feel the wind on the airframe. The yoke feels sort of heavy, but in a controlled way. It doesn't feel loose. Like I don't know how to describe it. I hope you guys, it doesn't feel sloppy. You know, it feels heavy, but like you can control it, if that makes sense. It really is a beautifully done aircraft. This is a beautiful scenery. Gosh. You guys have to forgive me. I live in the desert, so being out in Tucson, we don't get a lot of this. Certainly not that. Certainly not that. Although, I'll say, Arizona sunrises and sunsets, we still win. We win! In my humble opinion. Although not so humble. This is a good one. And we're cruising rather slow too. You know, I've got the power pulled back pretty far because I didn't want to go out too far. You know, I'm sort of just taking in the scenery, feeling the airplane. But I definitely want to get back into this one. I haven't flown it in a long time. It's definitely come a long way. This new patch is phenomenal. I remember when it first came out, there were still a lot of issues with the flight model. It had quite a few bugs, and you guys go to what is it, Black Square? Now I gotta look at the airport. Blackbird. If you guys go to Blackbird's site, because they changed from Milviz, they're not Milviz anymore. But if you guys go to Blackbird's site, you can actually see the full changelog. It's also documented inside the installation. So if you already own the aircraft, make sure you guys update it. Then go to the packages one store directory, and you guys, there's a text file in there that gives you the full changelog of the aircraft. They really did a lot. That's our airport down there, isn't it? Is that where we came out of? I think that's it? Or are those just beacon lights? Warning lights. Let's see here. Nope, that's our airport. I'm getting too low. Oof, come on. Trees make me nervous. Not gonna lie, the trees are making me nervous. Looking for 93 knots on the approach. Almost have it. Got an interesting approach vector coming in. Mixture back to full ridge. Come on. Gonna squeak right through the trees. Of course, there's a car on the runway. That's nice. Oh, we're fighting a crosswind. Oh, oh. Ooh, that was scary. That was actually challenging there. This was not the runway we took off from. It was the other one. Ooh, this is kind of cool. How cool would that be? Pull up to your house, be like, honey, I'm home with the milk. I'd be begging to go to the store. Okay, let me set the parking brake. Mercy. Alright, let's turn strobe lights off, landing lights off, taxi light can come off. Anti-collision light. Oh, wait, did I flip the wrong one off? Hang on. Oh, no, we got it. Okay, never mind. Those need to stay on. Okay, so let's see what we got now. Alright, parking brake is set. Avionics master switch goes to the off position. All switches except battery, alternator, and magnetos off. Alright, so let's turn all of our lights off. Okay. Everything. Okay. Fuel pumps. I actually forgot to turn those off. Let's see here. Flaps can come back up. Throttles are at idle. Let's see here. Mixtures go to cutoff. Man, they just stop, don't they? We'll go ahead and send our props back now. Okay. Where was I? Batteries and alternators off. All right. And magneto switches after the engine stops. Okay, let's install our equipment. And so we need the front passenger door open. Control lock installed. Wheel chocks, pitot covers, intake covers, engine covers. And that, my friends, is a first flight in a very long time of the Blackbird simulation Cessna 310. And that was a very fun flight. The only thing that I have an issue with through that entire flight was... Oh, jeez. Gosh, the stupid camera. Was that the step ladder. I just can't believe that that's meant to come down with the landing gear. And I could be mistaken, but it just seems kind of, I don't know, wrong. I don't know if there's anything I'm missing. Whoa! I didn't know that was there. That's the other thing I'll give them, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen all this, but they also throw a bunch of random stuff at you. So you got the briefcase. Just take some time sometime and just wander around the cockpit with your mouse. There's that. There's a bunch of stickers all over the place. Let's see here. Let's keep looking. I know yesterday I found a ton of them. There you go. There's another one. I think there's one over here. Yep. There's one there. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of pictures and random stuff just all over the place that makes it fun too. Just little things that they add just to sort of give you a giggle, I guess. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you do not own this aircraft, it's another one that I very much so recommend. It's a ton of fun. It's one of the better twin engines out there. Now, obviously, it's not the only of the class, but it's definitely up there. And I would absolutely recommend it. It's come a long way since its initial release. That was a ton of fun to fly. The overall feeling and performance of the aircraft is spectacular. The little features that they add into it make it fun. I definitely want to next time try a bit of a larger airport where I have more time, and next time we'll have our damn track IR working. So hopefully the camera footage will get better as well. As always, my friends, stay safe and healthy, and I shall see you guys in the next one.